When all your hopes are taken away and you only want to protect your own, what would you be willing to do to survive? Magneto's story is not the story of a villain who desires power. It is the story of a person who, from birth, suffered the mistreatment of people who saw him as inferior, but who tried until his last breath to ensure the survival of his species. Magneto is one of the most complicated and morally gray villains in the Marvel Universe. And he could end up crossing paths with the Scarlet Witch. Do you want to know how his story will be connected to the Marvel shared universe? In this video, we'll be talking about the appearance of the Scarlet Witch's father, Magneto. What would you think if I told you that this story has been connected since the beginning? The end of the Marvel multiverse is coming. Are you ready? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Before starting this video, I invite you to participate in the new giveaway we will be having in this channel, where we will be giving away the first volume of Scarlet Witch by Steve Orlando, a story that will mark the future of the Marvel Universe. To participate, all you have to do is comment which is your favorite moment of the Marvel Universe. The winner will be announced on November 30th. Also, on October 31st, we will be announcing the winner of the Penguin giveaway, so don't forget to participate. To understand how Magneto's story and the Scarlet Witch's story will end up merging, we must first remember the story of Magneto. Eric's story begins in 1944, when he was taken to a concentration camp. He was separated from his parents while the Germans occupied Poland. We might think that Magneto in his adulthood would be discriminated against by society for his mutant powers. But from birth, he was discriminated against because of his race, because he was Jewish, and was sent to a concentration camp. In other words, Eric experienced the worst of humanity since he was a child. He always received hatred. The history of World War II is full of horrors. And I think one of the most talked about horrors is the German experimentation in the concentration camps. It was in this camp that Eric was subjected to experiments, as a doctor wished to awaken his powers. Eric had to watch his mother lose her life in front of his eyes, only for him to activate his powers through his anger. It is unknown how long Eric was subjected to experiments by the Nazis, but this would mark him deeply, because he would understand that humans are cruel people who want power, and are willing to do anything to get it. In 1949, Eric emigrated to America, looking for hope, but also ended up disappointed in the system, and began to seek revenge on his former captors, those Germans who destroyed his family. Later, Eric regains hope when he meets Charles Xavier and creates a school for mutants. This is where Magneto begins to regain hope again. But he is sent on a mission where he meets one of his childhood captors, the person to whom he lost his parents. Professor Xavier asked him to forgive him, but Magneto only wanted revenge. Magneto comes to the conclusion that he will never find peace with humans, and that coexistence with mutants is impossible. So he creates the Brotherhood of Mutants, which would be the counterpart of the X-Men, a group of villains or anti-heroes who fought to survive and impose themselves over the human species. It seems that Magneto lived out his days searching for this superiority in his species as an attempt to fill a void, the void of living without a family. Magneto wanted to survive, but he always got caught in the trap set by the government or higher interests. The last thing we knew about Magneto in Fox's timeline were two possible endings. In one ending, Magneto sacrifices himself fighting the Sentinels. This occurs in X-Men, Days of Future Past. In X-Men, The Last Stand, we saw Magneto at the end of his story getting his powers back. This means that in at least two different timelines of the movies, Magneto has either sacrificed himself as a hero or stayed alive and regained his powers. Now, How does Magneto's tragic story connect to Wanda Maximoff and everything that is happening in Agatha all along? Like Magneto, Wanda's story is one of survival and acceptance. As a young child, she was subjected to experiments at Hydra, just as Magneto was. She also suffered abandonment by her parents as a child. And it would seem that just like Magneto, Wanda is always struggling between what she should do, even if it is considered morally wrong. But the most interesting thing about all this is that it is no coincidence that both characters share so many traits in their personalities, since the Scarlet Witch is Magneto's daughter in several timelines. And this is where we begin to merge the stories. When Wanda Maximoff altered reality to create her children in Westview, we also saw a version of Quicksilver from the Fox universe alongside Wanda. This version of Quicksilver also didn't live with his father in the X-Men movie. It would seem that Wanda took people from other realities to create Westview, and this is where this story starts to make sense. We know that Wanda has always wanted to have a family, and that she has tried to create her children. The creation of Billy and Tommy is no coincidence, as Billy and Tommy have existed in other Marvel universes. Likewise, if Wanda creates her brother, she will always create Quicksilver. And as we have mentioned in other videos, Wanda does not have the ability to create things. She can only modify or alter probabilities. When Wanda created her children, she actually used the energy of the universe to bring them into existence. Therefore, if Wanda wishes to bring her own parents to life, she would not be bringing back her real parents, but would be bringing another version of Wanda's parents from another universe. And if this is the case, it could be the way to unite Wanda with Magneto, since Magneto is Wanda's father in other universes. Now we know that the universe reboot caused by Loki brought many universes to collide. And now we don't know for sure what the future will be beyond Secret Wars or the fight against Dr. Doom. But what is clear is that if Magneto does come to this universe, he has too many similar qualities with Wanda and could be a great ally. Maybe Magneto's destiny is to be together with his daughter and grandson, Magneto, Wanda, and Wiccan, saving the multiverse, the villains who will end up becoming heroes. But tell me, what do you think about all this? Do you think Magneto could be a good ally for Wanda? Share your opinion in the comments. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You're on. The Oasis Geek.